Alright, let's not waste any time and jump right into it. We are going to be learning how to install DaVinci Resolve on any Linux distribution that uses .deb files. For reference, I am installing this on Debian 13 with an Xphase desktop environment. I did, however, do this earlier on an i3 only environment and it worked perfectly. So you can do it if you're only using a tile manager as well. The first step is going to be to update our source list. We're going to need this because we are going to need a lot of non-free firmware, and you're also going to have to add that contrib. Yours might already have this set up, but if you do have a very base install, you may not have it, but you want every little source to be exactly like seen on screen. After that, I do a sudo apt update and sudo apt full upgrade. I just want to make sure everything is all set before we proceed. This may take a little while depending on how out of date your machine is or just how long it's been since you've run these commands. I'm using an NVIDIA GTX 1070 Ti, which is pretty old, but again, it will still work just perfectly. And that is where we're getting these like non-free NVIDIA drivers. These are really important. If you're doing something with like Ryzen like embedded GPUs like on the CPU, or I guess they call it integrated, or if you're just using like a Radeon, you might have to look up your drivers that you're going to need to install. I would say definitely consult ChatGPT or Claude or any of the AIs that are more advanced. They'll let you know what libraries to install to make things work with your graphics card. Once you get those new GPU drivers installed, you should probably see a message like this unless you already had them installed. And on reboot, it will take effect. However, I did have some issues with this, and I will show you what to do when that happens. But we're not going to reboot just yet, so we're just going to continue on with our installation. Once you've installed your NVIDIA drivers, you are going to want to check it with this command and just make sure that your graphics card is being recognized properly. I did a quick check with a lot of the popular multimedia like packages that you usually need just to make sure I had everything on the system. So that way when I went to do the Resolve install, it wasn't going to be missing any dependencies and it would have everything it needed. So you can see nothing actually installed here, but you might want to try it just in case it doesn't do any harm. I will have this all in the actual description so you can copy paste most of this so you're not like looking at the screen and hand typing everything, because I know that is quite painful. These were actually mentioned in the MakeResolveDeb website. You'll see he's the person who made this stuff that makes this all possible, but there's a lot of information there, but you'll see that a little later on. So I'm just going to preemptively install these certs so I don't run into issues later. Next up, I'm just adding my user to these user groups to make sure I don't have any permissions or any like weird stuff that happens during installation where my user doesn't have permissions on random files or these like packages that we already have installed. Now that we're done with all the pre-work, we're actually going to start getting the Resolve file that we are going to download. For you, you can just pick whatever version you have. Here is where the big caveat comes. If you just get the free version, you are going to have one heck of a time with MP4. These are like codecs that you don't have a license for with the free version, like you would in like Windows or Mac OS. So you're gonna have to do a lot of FMPEG like workarounds, which is a nightmare. I'm very lucky and I do have an old version of 17 Studio, and this is what's going to give me permission to use those codecs and make my life super easy. So if you don't have a paid version, it might be worth spending the few $100 to just save a lot of time and a lot of headaches and just abandon Windows in its entirety. So if you want a perfect working machine, the paid version is going to give that to you. However, you can still make it work with a few different workarounds for some of the MP4 codecs. Alright, and once you have your DaVinci Resolve downloaded, that is where this new king comes into play. Daniel here has created an amazing script that will take the Resolve Linux files and make them like debified, if that makes any sense. So DaVinci Resolve really only works with some like quirky distros, and they're not really for like daily driving. So this script will turn everything into a .deb file that will work really fantastic for any of the distros that use .deb. So it works great for Debian. His site does have a lot of good instructions, and you can also consult those along with this video to get everything working. So you're going to download the script that he provides, and we're going to go over these simple commands here to get our Resolve Studio ready to be installed. So the first step is to unzip the MakeResolveDeb file, and that is going to give us a sh script or a bash script that we can use. And then we're also going to unzip the actual DaVinci Resolve. So once you've done that, you should have the bash script, and then you should have a .run DaVinci Resolve file, and you're going to type in this command to make that bash script operate on that DaVinci Resolve file. This thing will get your CPU cooking. I did put up BTOP so you can just witness like what it does to your machine, and it probably takes a good 5 minutes. This is an old Ryzen 8 core. I think it's like the 2700X, so I'm not using like super modern stuff, but it still gets it cooking. Once that process is finished, now you'll have a deb file that you can install, and we'll just type in this command right here, and that will install it for us. Once it's done, I did just do like the fix broken install just to make sure nothing weird happened and everything looked good. Now, when I did i3, I couldn't like get it to add to like D menu, but in this case with Xface, it was in the actual like application menu, but you can run it directly by typing this. However, it did not work, and that's because I did need to reboot after I installed those NVIDIA drivers and switch things over. And so I did, and that's where I ran into issues. It was actually so broken I couldn't even get Start X to fire up and bring up like my Xface desktop environment. And this is the only thing that ended up saving me. This is what you need to do. You might be able to do this beforehand, but if you have problems, this will fix it, or it should. And if it doesn't, ChatGPT is your friend in this case. It can really help you debug a lot of this stuff. It was a lifesaver in many situations getting everything to work here. Once I rebooted, then after that, everything loaded up perfectly. However, it did take a little time to load up the first instance, I think because it sets up a little database and stuff on the back end. But have no fear, wait a minute or two. After that, it boots up pretty darn quick. Once you're in there, do verify that you actually are using like CUDA and your NVIDIA stuff. I did notice on my first installation on i3, I failed my drivers setup, and so it was still using like OpenCL or whatever it's called, and things were really slow and buggy. So make sure you are seeing the expected driver and graphics card set up. Now it's time to actually verify everything works. So I did load up some B-raw footage because that's how I got this initial license. I did buy a Blackmagic cinema camera, which is amazing, but anyways, the most important thing was checking to make sure like MP4s worked and the codecs and everything were fine, because like I said, if you download the free version, you will not be able to load up like a typical file that comes out of like a Sony A7 III or whatever. Any of those, like basically any normal camera that makes those MP4 codec videos, you cannot load in here without doing some major conversions with FMPEG into something else like Digital Raw or some other like open framework or codec, I should say. I got both loaded up in there. I just did some basic editing to make sure it was pretty snappy, and everything felt absolutely perfect. Honestly, I was expecting a crash or two, but it didn't crash at all. I was able to export a video, upload it to YouTube, and the audio and everything was there. There is one more caveat with audio, but I haven't really run into that issue. You can look it up. I forget what it is, but for my workflow, there's no issue. So it is a perfectly working set of DaVinci Resolve, and I'm really happy that I can finally be free from Windows, because this was literally the only application keeping me on there. And if you're seeing this video, it's probably been about 2 weeks, 3 weeks since I filmed this, and I've made multiple shorts and other videos using my Linux installation of DaVinci Resolve, and I have not had a single crash yet. It has worked absolutely flawlessly. So hopefully you guys figure this out. If you do have any questions or you run into any issues, do leave it in the comments. I will try and answer that. I don't know how slow or fast I'll take. But again, also consult one of these AI LLMs. They're pretty darn good at troubleshooting these Linux issues. And finally, here's my Richard Stallman impression. Users of Windows are suckers.